There is an invisible tapestry being woven around your life, a divine masterpiece so intricate, so profound, that its details often escape our mortal gaze. What if the struggles you've faced, the betrayals you've endured, and the unexpected losses that shattered your heart were not mere happenstance, but deliberate acts of grace? What if every door that slammed shut was not rejection but protection? Pause for a moment and ask yourself, how many times have you grieved over people walking away, never suspecting that their departure was a blessing in disguise? How often have you fought to hold on to relationships that were silently draining the very essence of your soul? And how many times have you questioned why certain individuals turned cold, only to discover later that their intentions toward you were anything but pure? The truth is, we live in a world where harm often masquerades as friendship, and betrayal wears the mask of loyalty. Yet there is a force, a divine sentinel that shields us in ways we seldom understand. It is subtle but steadfast, a guardian working tirelessly behind the veil of our understanding. When you are chosen, when your life holds a purpose that transcends the ordinary, this protection becomes not only a gift but a necessity. Consider this: have you ever felt an inexplicable unease in someone's presence, as though your very spirit recoiled in their shadow? Have you ever experienced a sudden rupture in a relationship that seemed unbreakable, leaving you bewildered and broken? These are not coincidences. These are whispers of divine intervention, subtle warnings etched into the fabric of your existence to guide you away from harm. But why, you might wonder, does protection often come wrapped in the pain of loss? Why does the hand of God sometimes feel like the edge of a blade cutting away what we hold dear? It is because we, in our limited vision, often fail to recognize danger when it cloaks itself in familiarity. We cling to the familiar even when it stifles us, because stepping into the unknown feels far more terrifying than enduring the poison we know. God's protection is not always gentle. It can be abrupt, startling, even painful. Yet it is always purposeful. Like a master sculptor chipping away at a block of marble, he removes what is unnecessary to reveal the masterpiece within. The question is, can you trust the process? Can you surrender to the idea that every rejection, every betrayal, and every broken connection might be God's way of saving you from harm you cannot yet see? Reflect for a moment on the relationships in your life. Are there people whose presence leaves you drained rather than uplifted? Have you noticed patterns of conflict or deceit that persist despite your best efforts to resolve them? And most importantly, can you discern the moments when something beyond your understanding has stepped in to remove these people from your path? This is the essence of divine protection, a love so profound that it acts even when you cannot see or understand its purpose. It is a shield that guards your heart and soul from the toxic influences that would derail your destiny. Yet, it requires something from you: faith. Faith that even when the road is rough and the losses feel unbearable, you are being guided, protected, and prepared for something far greater. And so, as we embark on this journey together, let us explore the unmistakable signs that God is actively protecting you from harmful people. These signs are not arbitrary, they are deliberate messages woven into your life story. Recognizing them requires stillness, discernment, and a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. Each sign is a revelation, a clue in the grand puzzle of your life. Together we will uncover the ways in which God shields you, often without your knowledge, from the forces that seek to harm you. Pay close attention, for these signs are not just a reflection of His love, they are a call to trust, to surrender, and to rise above the illusions of this world. Let us begin. 1. They leave without explanation. Have you ever experienced someone suddenly walking out of your life, leaving behind an emptiness that feels impossible to fill? Their departure stings like a fresh wound, and the absence of an explanation makes it hurt even more. You replay every moment, searching for answers, wondering what went wrong, and questioning if you could have done something differently. Yet, as painful as it feels, this unexplained departure may not be a rejection of you but a divine intervention. It could be God's way of protecting you from harm you cannot yet see. In Proverbs 3:5-6, we are reminded to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. This verse holds the key to making sense of these moments. When someone leaves your life unexpectedly, it may be because God sees something you don't. He knows the future paths of all individuals, the intentions buried deep in their hearts, and the unseen consequences of their continued presence in your life. Their departure is not an act of cruelty, but one of divine mercy. Imagine being on a path, walking confidently toward your goals, only to encounter a person who seems like a friend or ally. You trust them, share your dreams with them, and build a bond. But unbeknownst to you, they carry within them seeds of jealousy, deceit, or ill intentions. You can't see it, they hide it well, but God does. He hears the conversations you aren't part of, sees the betrayal brewing in their hearts, and understands how their influence might derail you from your purpose. So, He steps in and removes them from your path, sometimes abruptly, because leaving them there would cause you more pain in the long run. It's natural to feel hurt and confused when this happens. We are creatures of connection, and losing someone, especially without understanding why, can feel like a failure. But Isaiah 55:8-9 tells us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord." What feels like a loss to you is often a gain in His greater plan for your life. Trust that their absence creates space for the people and opportunities God intends for you. Resist the urge to chase after those who leave without explanation. Like Lot's wife, who looked back and turned to salt in Genesis 19:26, clinging to what God has removed can paralyze your progress. Instead, pray for clarity and the strength to move forward. Reflect on the peace that often follows these departures, even if it's delayed. That peace is God's confirmation that their removal was for your protection. When someone walks away, you may never get the answers you crave, but you don't need them. Trust that the God who knows all things is orchestrating your life with precision and care. Let their departure be a signal, not of rejection, but of divine protection. 2. Their true colors are revealed. At some point you may have been shocked by someone's betrayal, lie, or sudden change in behavior. This person could have been closer friend, partner, or family member, and their actions left you feeling blindsided. It's as though a mask they wore for so long suddenly slipped, revealing a side of them you never thought existed. As painful as it is, this moment is not a tragedy, it's a revelation. It's God pulling back the curtain to show you the truth. Jeremiah 17:9 tells us, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it?" Only God can fully know the intentions of others. While we see the surface smiles, kind words, and outward appearances, God sees what's hidden, jealousy, selfishness, or harm waiting to unfold. He allows their true colors to surface, not to hurt you, but to protect you from their unseen motives. Consider the story of Judas Iscariot. For years Judas walked alongside Jesus, performing miracles and appearing as a loyal disciple. Yet in the end his betrayal became a pivotal moment in God's plan. Jesus knew Judas's heart from the beginning, but allowed him to remain until the appointed time when the betrayal would be revealed. Similarly, God allows people to remain in your life for a season. But when their presence threatens your peace, purpose, or spiritual growth, He exposes their true nature. This revelation might come in the form of a harsh word, an unguarded moment, or even a betrayal. At first it feels like a wound, but it's a gift in disguise. God is showing you who they are, so you can make the necessary decisions to protect yourself and move forward. It's His way of removing blinders, so you are no longer deceived by their facade. However, it's not always easy to accept this revelation. Our minds often fight against what our spirits know. We make excuses for their behavior or try to justify their actions. But Psalm 32:8 reminds us, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you." God doesn't reveal the truth for you to ignore it. He does it to guide you. When someone's true nature is revealed, don't see it as a failure on your part for not noticing sooner. See it as God's mercy protecting you from deeper harm. It's better to lose someone whose intentions are harmful than to hold on and allow their presence to damage your life further. Trust the process, and thank God for loving you enough to expose the truth, even when it's painful. 3. You feel an unexplainable unease around them. Have you ever felt a strange discomfort in